What's around from Black Film TV talking to producer, director, actress, writer Samora Smallwood regarding her lifetime thriller Murder at the Hotel, as well as her four-part miniseries Coming Home. How are you?
I'm well. Hi, Wilson.
Hey, so you got this movie that just came out. It's a thriller. You play this character, a lawyer, Megan Marin, as I believe,
Megan
who's
Marris. Badass
Megan
Megan
Marris,
Marris.
who's stranded with her family at an airport hotel because their flight was canceled due to weather. And in between that, she runs into an ex-flame, and there's some chaos that ensues regarding her safety. What more can you say about this role, and why did you say yes to taking on the project?
The project had so many elements that I loved. I'm a very athletic, active person and actor. So it has elements of Bourne. There's stunts that we had to do. So I got to do some of my own stunts for the film, which was great. Don't worry, the producers kept us safe. And we got to shoot in my home province. So I'm half West African and half Canadian. And in Canada, there's a place called Newfoundland. It's the best part of Canada. Okay. Don't let anybody tell you different. And we got to shoot there. So I got to go home for a long time and shoot. So it was exciting. We shot in an airport, a live airport. The film opens, our director, Alexandre Carrière, he has this oneer that opens the movie, and it was so technical to get right. There were so many moving pieces. The camera team and the director nailed it. All like it's beautiful. So it was a really good experience. I loved it. It was a thriller. I got to do stunts. I was home in my home province, and it's always a great time to play a strong female character, but not strong without nuance. She cares about her family. She cares about the community. She has a job that she is passionate about. She's very ambitious, but her heart is what leads this pursuit of trying to solve the mystery of what happened to her daughter and her husband.
Now, what are some of the traits that Megan has that you can relate to?
Well, Megan loves a yap. Megan loves a yap. She loves to be heard. And one of the things I loved so much that jumped off the page right away for me was that Megan stands up for the underdog. So there's a central criminal case. She's a district attorney that is the inciting incident that triggers the series of events without giving anything away in the film. And that's what I related to the most. Like, I have been an advocate in the diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging space for years. It's something I'm really passionate about. So on the page, seeing that Megan is standing up for the underdog, and there are cool scenes in the airport where she does the same thing. Right away, I knew, okay, there's more to this than just your stereotypical strong female lead.
Now, now you've done other projects before, but this one is a big one for you because you're the lead. I don't know how often you play the lead, but when you do, obviously there's a lot that goes into it. Was that at any point were you mentally challenged knowing you had to carry so much?
Yes, I think one of the biggest things that is a misconception about actors with civilians, I call like my family who are not in the entertainment business civilians, is that actors have a lot of work to do on a daily basis. It's not all just fun and glamour, although it is the best job and it is such a privilege. So I've been a lead before, but when you are the lead, the number one kind of protagonist in the story, one of the things I think that is the most fun, but also is can be challenging is I take it very seriously to want to take care of the culture on set and make sure that the crew and everyone who's working on the team feels seen and heard and that we're having fun. Because at the end of the day, we're not going to Mars, we're not curing cancer, we're making a movie, we're making a TV show. And there's a lot of money on the line and you have to make your day and everyone has responsibilities. But I'm that girl that wants to make sure everyone's having fun, everyone feels seen and heard. So that, and then of course, when you're shooting long days, every day you have to go home and then you're memorizing another 10, 12, 15 pages for the next day. But it's such a good challenge because you get to see how much you can grow and what your capacity is.
So what's your takeaway having done this? You've done other roles, but now you've been in this space before. Now that you've been in this space and through Alexander's direction that you say, okay, this is something I learned that's new that maybe I can take on to whatever project you do next.
Oh, such a good question. What am I going to take on to the next project? This was such a beautiful project the way that it came because I didn't get it the typical way where you audition sometimes as an actor. This was what's called an offer. So either the team or the producers or the writer or the director, they know your work, they like you, and they're going to offer you this part. So there's a little bit of, I don't know if that's just me, but I know other actor friends have said when you get an offer, you show up and you feel like, okay, I have to show out. I have to pop my stuff. I have to show you that this is me because you didn't like technically quote unquote earn or audition for the project. That might be silly, but I was in Berlin when I received the offer for this film, I was a part of the Black Screen Office. It's one of the groups in Canada that really amplifies Black voices in film and TV. And they had taken me to Berlin in a group of delegates to look for funders for our film and TV projects that we are the creators of. So I get this message from Alexandra and the producing team, Rob and Pete Blackie, who are based in Newfoundland, and they had this project they wanted me to do. And then Alexandra sent me a deck that was the inspiration for his project, because directors are so visual, they're so passionate, and so smart. And the deck was just beautiful. Beautiful. It had inspiration from Killing of a Sacred Deer and all of these beautiful lighting choices. And I remember thinking, I didn't tell him this at the time, that it was very ambitious. I was like, ah, are we going to be able to pull this off? And then working one on one with Alexander through every single scene. And there's some intimacy scenes in the film. And for me, I have to have input and consultation on that. And all that is like contractual stuff that actors deal with. But Alexandra was the most respectful. And we really got to dig into the stunts, the character arc, the journey, the other characters. Like, this is an interracial couple on screen. So things you wouldn't even think of, like finding the girl to play my daughter, that was a whole process that I was so blessed and privileged to be a part of, to get to see all of the different choices. And the actress that we chose, she's amazing. I mean, they chose her. I had no choice in it, but I gave a big thumbs up at the end. She was amazing. It was really, really good. So that was the number one takeaway I would say I took, is that when you are in that kind of a role and you have a team that believes in you, and everyone is just wanting to make the best product. It was so beautiful. Everyone was firing on all cylinders, and I was heard the entire time because I have experience in stunts. There would be stunt sequences where I would work with the stunt coordinator and have an idea to make the stunt even cooler, because they didn't necessarily know certain things that I could do. So there's one scene where there's a Krav Maga move that I've trained in it, and I was like, could we try that? And can we make it look believable that a district attorney would do this? Because as an actor, it's fun. Like, if you were a district attorney and you're dealing with criminals, some of these people are very dangerous human beings. You would be definitely taking a self-defense course, and you would know how to whoop a can of you know what if you had to. So that's what you see Megan Marris do in this movie.
So prior to this movie airing on Lifetime, you had your own project, a personal project, Coming Home, playing
Mhm.
on TV Bell One. Obviously, it's the story of an actress who goes back to her hometown after her personal life gets, let's say, derailed in a way. And there's a lot more into it, but you tell the story because you're the one who produced it, directed it, starred in it, wrote it. What more can I say?
Her personal life getting derailed. I love you, Wilson. That is a very, very kind
Well,
way
that's
of
the
putting it.
character. That's the character. That's
It
the
is
character.
inspired by real life. Coming Home is inspired by real life. It's very exciting because it's available now in Canada, like you said, on Bell TV1, all 4 episodes. And then it will be available in the US soon, I hope. And it is hopefully a very relatable story. I mean, the world is wild right now, and not to make light of what's going on, but Coming Home is really that reprieve. It's like an escape. So it's a romantic comedy. It's very darling, and you can just cuddle up on the couch with your friends, family, your snacks, and just escape to a world of second chances in life and love. And I think now that's a resonant message for us all, because we all want that second chance to get it right. And sometimes when you're going through the hardest moments in your life, if you have faith, you believe in God, spirit, universe, whatever your situation is, sometimes you're just like, oh, why? What's happening? What's the purpose? What should I do? There's always a purpose. You're always growing, you're always evolving, you're getting this second chance. So that's what we see the main character, Sammy, going through and coming home, is she caught her husband cheating on her. Okay. Let's just call a spade. Okay. And with her friend, this is all in the trailer. So, we're not giving too much away. And that's what pops off the pilot episode. And then we just see her learn lessons, everything from not having gotten a strong prenuptial agreement to getting the boot out of Los Angeles back to her small town and moving in with her parents in her 30s and having to figure out, how the heck did I let this happen? And how do I get my power back and learn to love myself again? So it was a really, really rewarding process.
Now, because you're wearing a lot of hats, how long did it take you to put this together and then getting it greenlit, to shoot it? Because that's a lot to take in. It's one thing you're an actress and you get a role, but when you're producing a series and you're directing it as well, there's a lot that, you're learning and starring in it. And then you got to get it sold. So that way now the audience can see it. What led you to say, okay, I want to put this together? Because every talent that I talk to wants to do something, but they just don't have the ingredients to get it all together.
Mm. Thank you, Wilson, for putting a witness on me. And when you say it like that, I get scared. I get scared when you say it. You remind me how much work it was. Um, the exciting part about being a creator and making your own projects is, you're always inspired by people like Issa Rae, Donald Glover, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Quinta Brunson, those multi-hyphenates who really have a strong storytelling voice. And I think we all do, but you're right. There are pieces that have to come into play. You have to learn how to write. You have to learn structure. And then you need mentors, people who have been where you're trying to go, who will help you. I've had amazing mentors, so many people, directors, Anthony Q. Farrell from The Office, who helped me with how to set up and make my day with all the lens choices and the camera movements. Janine Sherman-Burrois, prolific Hollywood showrunner and writer, helped me with scripts. Like, I have mentors who really took the time to lean in and say, we believe in you. So that was one piece. And then getting good at pitches. If you're an actor and you're a creative, you're probably pretty good at that. So in a room, I'm really great, and getting passionate about an idea, and then doing the work of all of those pieces of directing, producing, putting the teams together, choosing your department heads. It's very exciting as a creator because you get to make what you wanted to see. So for me, I come from an interracial family. And you don't see that all the time, with a Black father and a white mom. And in my story, they're funny, they keep it real with their daughter, and that's was my experience. It was really important for me to have that on screen, and tell a romantic story and have two romantic leads. And I'm just a girl after all, Wilson. Is she going to kiss them? Is she going to kiss one? Is she going to take her husband back? These are the questions. But really, at the core of the story is a journey of coming home to yourself, a journey of learning how to love yourself, which is resonant across, like, gender, race, class, all of us now in the world. You cannot continue to look for external validation and be happy. You cannot be a people pleaser and be happy. You have to learn to show your authentic self, risk being seen for who you really are, and love who you really are. And then everything can start to fall into place for you. I really, really believe that. But it was a huge, huge, huge endeavor to get it off the ground. And there were days I didn't think we were going to be able to do it, like running a budget, like having to work with producers, my big ideas, and then be like, listen, kid, like, listen, kid, we don't got the money for that. And then to be creative and say, like, well, how can we get that shot with the money that we do have? What can we create with the budget that we do have? And it was really, really beautiful.
Having done this, and from a small scale, and obviously you're an actress first, but is there a point where you want to continue to do things behind the scene?
Indeed. I have a slate of television and film projects at various stages of development that I'm very, very excited about. So, yeah, of course, action, comedy, drama. There's
Mhm.
so much to do.
Now, Coming Home is currently on a streaming platform, so anybody can watch it at any given time.
Yes, all 4 episodes, and it's really great because it's like watching a long movie, and then we'll see. Um, I love it when people reach out. So people have been reaching out to me on Instagram to tell me what they love about the show and how they feel about the lead characters, and it's really fun to see how many women are on Sammy's side, especially when her husband is caught cheating on her, and who are rooting for her. So I
So
always take the
once you
time.
say caught cheating, there is no win for the guy. There is no
It's
win.
tough.
So
It's
you
tough.
already got a fan base when you say he got caught cheating. I'm like, up, game
Mhm.
over, game over. And then with Murder at the Hotel, it's currently playing on Lifetime,
Yep.
and Lifetime has a lot of movies that play almost every week. Is it on a streaming platform as well?
I don't know if it's on a streaming platform yet. That's such a good question. I'll find out. It just literally came out the other day. Um, I'm very excited. I watched the movie. I was really, really happy. I mean, the team did such a good job. It's a really enjoyable watch. It's like a tight 90 minutes. It's one of those really fun thrillers to watch. It's nice that it stands out above the noise because there are so many shows and there's so many movies to watch. But people have been messaging about that as well. And it's nice to see the women who write. Of course, it's nice when boys write, but you never know about boys' motives. You don't ever know about boys, a man,
Hey,
his motives. Can we
congrats
trust you?
on,
Can we trust you,
huh?
folks? Wilson, can we
You can
trust you?
always trust us. You can always
I
trust
trust
us.
you. I trust you.
But listen, this is a great period for you, obviously, to have two projects around the same time. One on the small, or they're both on a small screen in a way, but different audiences from different levels. So congrats on both roles. Obviously, we hope to see more of you in different places. Keep doing your thing. We're here to support. We'll talk down the road. Care.
Thank you. Talk to you soon. Bye.